everybody. Today we're trying out a new place. This is the Midwest Trail Riders Association property. I'll include a link down below, so check them out. It was a fun day of riding, and certainly 20 minutes of footage here. You'll get a chance to get eyes on what the terrain looks like and all that good stuff. It's about 2 hours, give or take, away from St. Louis, and most of our normal haunts are about an hour away. St. Joe and Coyote and a few other places that we love to go to. So it took us a year or two to finally get around to coming down here, and I was glad we did. A great location in regards to just amenities. I think you can do some camping and things like that. In addition to riding, if you're so inclined. Again, check out that website. They have memberships that would give you more freedom in regards to using the facility. We came down on one of their open ride weekends, and so if you're not a member, which most of us were not, you can kind of time it once a month. They've got an open ride weekend, so we took advantage of that. And good single track riding. You'll see most of the terrain here definitely fits that description. One bike after the other, not very wide trails, trees right to the left and right of your handlebars. So for me, not quite an expert rider, or a enduro pro, so I wasn't flying through this. Just giving it as much as I could for a new location. We come back a few times, I'll probably be a little bit faster. We'll compare my videos maybe, but yeah, having a ton of fun. You'll notice it's pretty ruddy. James, my friend, fell down there just a little bit ago in the video. I fall down here in a minute, and the ruts can be a little challenging. You got to make sure you get your both tires into the same groove, otherwise you'll twist and go down. So it was definitely an exercise in that during the day, throughout the entire day at this property. But I'll kind of hush up and let the video play for you for a minute, but I'm going to interject as we go through and take it from there.
Little sketchy there.
Not too bad.
Just make sure everybody gets up here.
I didn't notice until right now.
Uh-oh. Oh,
this is smashed in.
Oh.
My hand doesn't fit.
Oh no. Oh man.
Look at it, right here.
You're right, it is.
It doesn't fit.
Totally smashed in.
But the brake.
You bend it back.
Well, we'll worry about that later, but yeah.
Nice. Nicely done.
Not bad.
All right, here in a second, you're going to see me kind of approach the top of a little mini ravine, and here we go. I just thought I'd comment on GoPros. They just don't seem to capture the drama, the reality of how steep something is. So in this case, I'm sliding that back tire down and doing my best to control this thing. It was fun. Those are always get your heart pumping moments, but just thought I'd kind of point it out to the viewers that, unfortunately that GoPro, it just doesn't show the, how sketchy those tend to seem when you're in the moment. But anyway.
That wasn't nothing.
I didn't want to go too far because I was probably throwing my trouble right there. So.
Woo! That boy.
All right, here in a second, you're going to see us all kind of discover a place where the trail just kind of plops down. Maybe 10-15 feet. We took a second to all kind of assess what we were going to do. Tommy, brave and one of the best on the team here, went first, and he lived. So I think the rest of us were like, well, all right, we can do it. So here I go. The trees right there to your left, as I slid down, are probably the biggest concern on that little obstacle, if you will. But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, holy hell.
Yeah, that one tree on the left is kind of a bitch.
Yeah. Everybody made it.
Okay, nice.
We're making it.
Nice. The rest of those guys should be fine. There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Kevin, I feel like I'm in an old James Bond movie and you're trying to smoke me out.
You know what? It helps when you get a little separated, though. You just follow the blue smoke.
That's right. That's right. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate that, bud. Okay.
You want to lead the way? You all right? You got a bunch of branches. Okay.
Okay.
You guys ready to roll? This is it.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the trail, or this is it?
This is the trail. The blue thing.
We're going off a cliff? What is he trying to say? I'm not ready for that.
All things here.
This was the last happy moment of the day.
Part of the fun of this day was really figuring out where to go. They did a good job of marking the trails. You'll see in the footage there's quite a few arrow markers and, you know, little ribbons tied on trees and things like that. But we'd occasionally kind of find ourselves in a spot where we kind of ran out of markers, or quite frankly maybe, you know, missed a marker and ended up a little north or south or east or west where we're supposed to be. So you'll kind of see us stop and negotiate and turn around a few times during this video, but that was actually kind of fun. You know, you can never get too lost on a dirt bike, and we had plenty of daylight, so none of us were panicking. But that was definitely a fun part of the day.
Whew. All right, now we're on to the hard part, James. This next section.
Right, the hard part?
No, I'm kidding. I have no idea where I'm at. I just like to be a dick and say that kind of stuff.
Well, your expectations have been met, huh?
That's right, that's right. Yeah, at least we got through the kiddie stuff. Now we're on to the real shit.
There's a friend of mine, the dick.
Continuing with the voiceover element here, I think I'll talk about my bike for a second. I've never really talked about it. This is a 2013 Honda CRF 250L, and it is a dual sport. You see in front of you, I got some turn signals, I got a horn, it's got you know, headlight, tail light. It's street legal, and it's designed for both. So I know critiques of this type of bike call it the compromise bike, and it kind of is. It's a little heavy. I've got luggage on it with tools and other, you know, elements to it that I've added or subtracted. It's got some gearing changes to it. It's got full off-road tires that really make it, lower in its gearing. So typically through these rides, I'll be in either first or second gear. In a little bit faster terrain, I'll get into third gear, but very rarely am I up into fourth gear. And that seems to be where I live in regards to it. Now, when I made those changes, it obviously makes it, or it took away the top end of the bike. So whereas stock gearing could get this thing into the 70-mile-an-hour range, I'm never going to get there with how it's currently configured. This is configured predominantly as a dirt bike. So I love it. It's sort of a Swiss Army knife of bikes. It's fuel injected. The suspension is really soft. It's easy to ride. I'm never going to win a race with this bike, but it's comfortable. So I love it. I actually have purchased another trail bike that's similar as my backup bike. So that's sort of the style of bike that I'm riding right now. Maybe as I progress in my skills, I'll consider something that's more of a true dirt bike that's got some pep to it. Maybe a faster 4-stroke, or even go nuts and get a 2-stroke. But anyway, that's a little bit about the bike. Maybe last commentary to it is she's a big girl. All in on paper, this bike's well north of 300 pounds, and I would say gear and everything I have on it, even though I did put on lighter exhaust, I'm probably tipping in at about 330 pounds. So that's bear that in mind when I'm picking her up right now.
All good. I'm good, but it's too heavy on my leg. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, there you go.
Right. You ready?
Okay. Situated.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
wouldn't be a full day if we didn't wreck. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the nice thing is, oh shit.
okay?
Yeah, I'm good now. It trapped my front brake. Okay, thank you, sir.
Well, thank goodness we found the mud. It's our favorite terrain. So you'll see James up front. He's the first guy in. Brave, because when you're the first in, you never know how deep it's going to be. And thank goodness this wasn't super deep. I do kind of spin out here in a second, so it takes me forever to get through it. But it's part of dirt biking. It's fun.
Pretty much.
Well, we got ourselves lost again. Kind of ran out of trail. We ended up across the road and weren't quite sure if the trail continued on that side. You can see the trail here just kind of ends up right at the road, which actually that takes place at Finger Lake State Park. There's some spots where you go across the road, so I think for a few of us that have been there, we thought, well, maybe that's just what it does, but it doesn't. So we turned back around and kind of got back into it. And then unfortunately had to go right back through those mud puddles again, so good times. I love it. Oh boy, we almost lose Tom into the drink. Would have been fantastic for this video, but darn it, he survived. So good for Tom, bad for YouTube.
Woo. That was better. Oh, I almost saw you go in.
Oh my God, I almost
That'd have been YouTube gold.
I almost had a complete soft fest. I barely was able to hold on.
I'm so upset that you didn't. You have no idea. All right, we got it.
Well, here comes a little teamwork makes dream work moment. My friend James gets stuck on a log, and I hear in about 2 seconds, and I notice that he isn't going anywhere. So I just bring my bike down, throw the kickstand up, and run up there and shove him over that thing. I'm gonna tell you what, the guys I ride with are fantastic about this, and thank God. I find myself in these precarious situations quite a bit too. One of my favorite things to do is to get the bike stuck in about 2 feet of mud. So God bless my friends. They have to get their boots muddy and help me with tow ropes and tow straps and pull me out. So it's the least I could do to shove a friend over a log and get him back on his merry way. But yeah, I tell you what,
You'll get it.
that's part of the adventure, and I'm riding with the right guys, because they are as quick to hop off the bike to help me as I am to them, and it certainly makes the day a lot more fun when you're sort of approaching all these obstacles in a team. So anyway, just a little something about that, a little something about the guys. I love it. This wouldn't. Yeah, I tell you, it'd be half as fun if it wasn't like that with the group I'm with. So you guys are great.
Thanks, buddy.
That gave me a push. Yeah.
I didn't think you were going to be able to get
With the traction
spinning.
and the hill, it was like it wasn't going anywhere. I kept trying to pop it over that log.
I wanted to get there quick enough that you didn't fall over.
That fucking
Because then
sucked.
that's catastrophic, right? You got to pick it up. You gotta.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get off my bike, help him right now.
Just go help him.
Tight single track.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was fun.
Oh yeah, fun's the word.
Well, while we're talking about teamwork, I might as well introduce the team today. The three characters that I have with me in quite a few of my videos, guys I've been riding with for years at this point. We got Jimbo, Tommy, and James. All have varying degrees of motorcycle background and been riding for years. Really have shown me quite a bit in regards to off-roading and street riding. And so, I owe quite a bit to them. Tommy sold me my first dirt bike and, kind of allowed me to get into the sport with them. And they were absolutely fantastic. I was terrible. Not that I'm good now, but, I was terrible the first year, maybe year and a half I rode. And, this group was so patient with me, as slow as I was and as timid as I was, kind of putting up with all of my learning curves that I had to step through. But two new individuals that are with us in this video. We got Steve and Kevin. Now Kevin, a friend of Steve, so we met him that day. I'd actually met Steve online, if you will, a little bit before, so we'd kind of arranged to meet up. He runs the 314 ADV YouTube channel and also a Facebook group as well. And I think it's kind of a mix between off-road and kind of adventure riding. Adventure riding is something I definitely want to get into, more. So as time progresses, I may find myself getting myself, one of those fancy adventure bikes. Until then, I'll just have to gear back up my 250L and make it an adventure bike to the best of my ability to join you out there, Steve. But I give you credit for the voiceover today. I really enjoy your videos, and emulation is a form of flattery. So I'm doing my voiceover today in part inspired by your videos. I kind of like it. This is fun, kind of yapping through the video and giving everybody an idea of where our minds are at and what we're kind of doing as we're stepping through the obstacles and things of that nature. So maybe it'll be an element that I include in future videos. Yeah. Anyway, Steve, it was a great day riding with you and Kev, and super fun. I really enjoyed the Midwest Trail Ride Association facility. I'll definitely go back. And granted, like I said, it's a couple hours away, so probably not something we're going to hit on the norm. St. Joe's just down the road from us, about an hour away, so we'll probably still continue to have that be our favorite spot. But for variety's sake and to kind of get out and stretch our legs, make a road trip day of it, we'll be back to this location for sure. Here we go. We're making it back to the parking lot after a fun day. There's kind of it's either north or south or east or west, where there's two trails that you can kind of head out into. This is the main parking lot. This is the driveway you come up when you're entering the facility. And to the left there is where we took our first adventure, and then to the right, now you see where my eyes are at, to the right over there, that's where that second trail was. So all told, there's two trails to the best of our assessment, and both were a lot of fun. So yeah, if you've not been out there and you're looking for new terrain to hit, I'd say do it. Again, check their website. I'll include a link at the bottom for that Midwest Trail Ride Association. Line yourself up with one of their open ride weekends and bring some friends and have some fun.
Good ride, fella.
This place is no joke. They got all
Okay,
kinds of stuff
okay.
going on.
That one single truck we got on for a while until the very last rocky uphill.
Yeah.
That I thought was the best
Okay, that was fun.
so far.
That was fun.
Fun and
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it depends what kind of riding you want to do, right?
yeah.
I'm in a flowy.
Oh, I think my battery must have died.
Good riding, boys. Oh yeah, in a minute. I'm not.